Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom, where we talk baseball history through card breaks and the cards we love. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell. Today, we're opening this pack of 1983 Topps as we continue to work through the 1980s with Topps cards and other cards, other wax packs that we can get our hands on. We love these cards. We love 1983 Topps. There's sort of a big three in terms of rookie cards in the 1983 set of Hall of Famers. There's Ryne Sandberg, there's Wade Boggs, and there's Tony Gwynn. One of the those three guys, three of the greatest baseball players ever. Wade Boggs and Tony Gwynn, I will say, two of the greatest hitters of all time, two of the most talented hitters of all time. So let's get right into it and see what we can find in this pack of 1983 Topps. The wax pack opened very nicely, and the gum, unfortunately, is stuck to the back of Randy Neiman's card. Or Randy. All right, it came off pretty easily. Maybe I'll chew this gum in a special video for you guys. Maybe. We'll see. All right, so let's start at the back there. Randy Neiman, the great sort of pillbox hats with the Pirates that I wish that they wore them more often, even today. I don't know how often they ever wear them anymore, but even on like a throwback night or something like that. But one of the coolest hats. And the Phillies, I think the Mets also wore the same pillbox style hat. But anyway, that's Randy Neiman. Bob Dernier came up in the 1982 Topps traded video that I did, where we had a Bob Dernier card, which I think was a rookie card, and I wasn't quite sure why it was so valuable. Somebody commented on that, and I believe and mentioned that Bob Dernier was a really key part of the Phillies teams thereafter. He also was a leadoff hitter type guy, outfielder. In 1983, the Phillies are in the World Series. They lose to the Baltimore Orioles, but Bob Dernier was a big part of that team. So there you go. All right, so the next card is a Hall of Famer, Don Sutton, at this point with the Brewers. So Don Sutton spent many years, as you can see here, with the Dodgers, who's part of their teams that were in the World Series in 1974, 77, and 78. Went to the Astros. That's some good teams there. This was be pretty much right at the end of his career. He got traded to the Brewers, was part of their team that went to the World Series in 82, lost to the Cardinals. But honestly, one of the finest pitchers in the history of baseball. Tremendous longevity, tremendous consistency. Ended up being a 300-game winner. I'm not sure what year it would have been. It was a few years after this, I believe. He pitched for, he still pitched for a few more years after this. So Don Sutton will go in a sleeve. This is a very sharp, very nice Don Sutton card to pull out of this pack of 1983 Topps as a Hall of Famer. This is a really nice card right here. And we can forgive him for the hair, but all right. So Butch Hobson, this is it's, you know what? As a Red Sox fan, this is very weird to look at. This is very strange to look at Butch Hobson in a Yankees uniform. Butch Hobson was the third baseman for the Red Sox, and then it was Carney Lansford, and then it was Wade Boggs, but he was there in 78, and then years later he was the Red Sox manager, and he was the manager of the first Red Sox teams I ever watched. Those were not very good teams, and he got fired, and Kevin Kennedy came in, and they kind of got a lot better after that. But Butch Hobson was a good power-hitting third baseman for a few years. Again, that's 77 was his best year, 78. He was like, an actual power hitter, and he was hit like 8th or 9th in that lineup. It was just crazy. All right, Alan Folkes, don't really know anything about him. Julio Cruz, good second baseman for the Mariners. Look at that Mariners uniform. Isn't that classic? Man, you gotta love those. Now we're almost moving into the mid-'80s uniforms, but Julio Cruz, nice ball player. Claudell Washington was also a really nice ball player. Good outfielder, fast runner. Was with the A's in their championship years, their championship year of 74. And then was there beyond that, and then spent quite a few years in the big leagues. Again, a bit of a stolen base threat. You look at the steal numbers: 40 steals in 75, 37 the next year. I think as time went on, he kind of became a little bit more of a part-time outfielder, like a fourth outfielder type, but had a good long career. There's our scratcher. I'm going to have to do that later. All right, we got another Hall of Fame pitcher in here, and that is Jack Morris. Again, excellent condition, these cards. So Jack Morris, I think it's questionable, as a Hall of Famer. People can disagree with me. I hope if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Jack Morris is famous because of big games that he pitched in. With the Tigers, with the Twins, pitched one of the most famous games ever for the Twins in the World Series in '91, and then with the Blue Jays, where he was not quite as good. But I don't mean to take anything away from the guy's career. Incredible career. But maybe, to me, probably more of a borderline Hall of Famer if you stack up his numbers compared to a lot of other guys. But again, takes nothing away from how talented he was. I think if you ask a lot of people, you'd say, who's like the best pitcher of the 1980s? I think it would be fair to say that Jack Morris is up there. Hall of Famer, he's in. He's kind of like Harold Baines as far as pitchers, as far as I go. But again, I don't want to take anything away from the guy. And I do have his 78 rookie card as well. But many good years with the Tigers, world champion. The next year after this, 1984, great years with the Twins, world champion. Just the best thing I can say about Jack Morris is that he is the guy that you want on the mound in a big game. So anyway, second Hall of Fame pitcher in this pack. And then here's another guy that other people would tell you probably should also be in the Hall of Fame, and that's Luis Tiant, who Cuban legend, fantastic pitcher. This would be near the end of his career after he left the Red Sox, went to the Yankees actually briefly as well, and then the Angels. He is still a fixture in spring training for the Red Sox. He's a gregarious character, a funny guy, a great talent. I've been around him in spring training. He's a fantastic teacher, and had one of the most distinctive windups. He would, basically turn it all the way around to second base and come around. It was very deceptive, hard to face. So Luis Tiant, nice card here. We have a third Hall of Famer in this pack. How about that? Jim Rice. We talked about Jim Rice in our 82 Donruss break, I believe it was. Teammate, like I said, teammate of Luis Tiant, and himself a fine ball player, of course. Again, we're talking about maybe borderline Hall of Famers. I'll admit that with Jim Rice. I kind of think Dwight Evans should be in the Hall of Fame over Jim Rice. But he's in all the same. Feared power hitter. Hit the ball so hard. And has continued to be part of the Red Sox family as the years have gone on. And again, another very sharp Hall of Fame card here for Jim Rice. If you open this pack of cards and you're a kid in 1983, you'd be doing backflips. Ernie Whitt. Started with the Red Sox, years with the Blue Jays. I think we talked about him in a previous pack. An excellent ball player. Dennis Lamp, well, he spent some time with the Red Sox as well in later years. I think more of a relief pitcher. Look at that mustache. Man, that is an 80s ball player if you ever saw one, right? Dennis Lamp. Who were some of your favorite 1980s ball player looks? Let us know. We'll post this on social media as well. Let us know. Give us your favorite look on a 1980s baseball player. We'd love to see it. Dennis Lamp, though, one of the best. There's a checklist here for cards in the high number cards, which are usually harder to come by. Kent Herbeck, who we've mentioned before. We got his rookie card in the 1982 Topps Traded set. And again, consummate twin. Go back and listen to what we said about him in the 82 Topps Traded video. Consummate pro, consummate twin. Spent his whole career there. Great guy. And then finally, another Hall of Famer in Steve Carlton on this 1982 Victory Leaders card. Lamar Hoyt, the victor in the in Victory Leader, most wins in the 1982 season, and Steve Carlton in the American League. Steve Carlton, the most in the National League. Another Hall of Famer. In this pack of 1983 Topps, we pulled four Hall of Famers, plus some other really excellent ball players. And I'm going to set them up. I'm going to set up Jim Rice here. And I'm going to set up, I'm going to leave Jack Morris can go on the front here. And I'm going to set up our guy, Don Sutton, over on the right. This has been an outstanding pack of 1983 Topps. Excellent cards, excellent finds. Exactly what you want when you open a pack of cards from the 1980s. So that is going to do it for this edition of Wax Pack Wisdom. Tell us what you thought of this break. What's your favorite card we pulled today? Do you have a story about one of the players in this pack? Leave us a comment and let us know. We'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, we invite you to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Wax Pack Wisdom content. In the video description, you can find links to where you can follow Wax Pack Wisdom on all social media channels. You'll also find a link to a list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. If you enjoyed this video, please consider a donation to one of those organizations. It would mean a lot to us. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.